Is the first new performance nameplate we have brought into the marketplace in 21 model years. Right? And the Bullet was the first new one, and that's ancient for your guys' age, right? That first Steve McQueen Bullet type vehicle was the last new one we had brought in. We wanted to do something different. It, had to be unmistakably Mustang. It had to sit on the foundation of the 6 generations before it, but it had to be forward-looking to bring in a different audience, a younger audience to be into there. So you can see the cues that are completely 100% unmistakably Mustang, and then you can see the cues that are literally forward-looking. So this is the Dark Horse. First new nameplate, as I said, in 21 years. The reason Dark Horse, it was the horse, if you look up in the definition, what is the Dark Horse? It was the one you didn't see coming, right? And kind of ties in there. And we'll get to well, I might as well go over here. First forward-facing horse we've done. Right? Normally the ponies on the tri-bar are running. I guess I don't have it on this shirt. But normally the ponies are running from left to right. It is, the designer spent a ton of time on this, and if you think of, most powerful base EcoBoost motor that we've done with the 4th generation, the 2.3 liter, 315 horsepower. If you think of the 05, 4.6 liter, we have 300 horsepower, right? So the 5 liter non-Dark Horse active base GT motor, 480 horsepower, and then this one, our base GT with active exhaust, 486, and this one at 500. One of the things that they were looking at in the 500 is you can see the flare of the nostrils. Now that represents the air coming in, and if you think of it, processing air through, like Boss 302, the runners in the box, that's how engineers help get more efficiency and more horsepower out of it. So that dual breathing, like if you think of the nose, with the dual air boxes, because we have dual air intake in here into that combined throttle body up for the runners, that's kind of like that nose, that horse breathing, because when the nostrils flare is when they're actually running and they're actually in that aggressive to help bring more air in. And it is like the horse, the thing you didn't see coming, so we wanted to come to it. So we'll go back around over here to the front of the Dark Horse. This is the appearance package. It is blue ember color. That blue ember color is unique to the Dark Horse and Dark Horse appearance package only. Right, so like Mach 1, right, through the 23 Mach 1. You got the appearance package. Fighter Jet Gray was a unique color for the appearance package only for Mach 1. So we're trying to make it look unique. It's not Mistachrome. And for those of you who aren't aware, go look it up, right? The color flag flop. That, and I used to take calls, and we'd have to have a VIN number before we could give out the paint to the body shops. Like it was liquid gold and how much it cost and stuff. But anyway, it does kind of change colors of how it looks as you walk around it with the light. That bronze underneath it, which is pretty cool. It doesn't have the full flake like the Mystic or the Mistachrome did, but it kind of gives that impression that it goes across there. The nostrils feeding the cold air. I can't show you there with opening up the hood. This feeds in the cooling in the cold air. Functional air extractor, because as you're putting air in, it's got to go somewhere or it's going to cause lift on there. No secondary latch system like pins or anything to keep it down. So it is a fully functional piece in there, but we think it looks from a design standpoint pretty cool. It is unmistakably Mustang when you look at it, but that slope of that nose is completely different from previous generations. And every time you change a generation, you have the people who like, oh, it's not my 68 or, it's not my 71 Mach 1, right? They get that in there. But it is that aggressive look coming forward. It also, when Eddie Kahn and, Del Zio and Terzis and the people who designed the engineering of this on the vehicle worked with the designers to have the function, unmistakably Mustang, has to be good low coefficient of drag, has to generate a hell of a lot of downforce, and it has to be able to cool. And those are 3 different points on a triangle, right? And Eddie will tell you that the base Mustang is the lowest coefficient of drag Mustang we've ever done and highest downforce base Mustang we've done. which is, I'm a marketing guy. I know the math, that's hard to do. So that's kind of coming in from the front. A couple in here you see, obviously the tri-bar type front lights, right? We've always had the tri-bar in the rear. I think it was 07 or 08. We did the sequential on the turn lamps on there, so you have it. Patrick just hit the lights on there for me. It has something called approach lighting too. Not why you'd buy a Mustang, right? When you walk in within 50 feet and it'll come in, I think it's 50 feet, with the key fob in there, it comes up and does a welcoming piece in there, like a sequence across, and then the Pony projection lamps will actually show up as the Dark Horse logo instead of
so not that was over
so just like the GT500 has the Cobra, this one has the Dark Horse on there.
I already knew it.
Some of the things on the stripes. So anyways, that engine is in there, 500 horsepower, naturally aspirated, dual airbag, and then the 4th generation Coyote motor. And that 4th generation Coyote motor will eventually be like in the Ford Performance Crate motor catalog, because it's, it uses more of its displacement than most of the motors that you buy. That's one of the cool things about the Coyote. If you go in there and watch the videos on YouTube on the development of the engine, you'll see it maximizes that better than most of the other V8s out there. And the Coyote, this generation, is a complete evolution of it. The Brembos, 6-piston Brembos, the actual rotors themselves are more like the GT350 with the center hub and spoke that we have. So it's a 2-piece on there, vented. We have gone to Pirellis from Michelin. And it's not that we don't like Michelin, it's just you want to grab the tire that's going to work with the car and work with them. So we bring in partners that actually, sit and develop unique cookie dough and unique cookie tin, with the mold you put it in, for this car. So this isn't just a P0 that was developed for off the shelf. It's a P0 that actually is developed for the weight, for the suspension setting, for how you put it on the track. So it's really actually working with good partners on that. The Brembo caliper itself, that is a unique color for the appearance package here. But this time we're actually offering on Mustang GTs and EcoBoosts a 19-inch wheel Brembo brake package where you can select the colors. So we have the black with white lettering, we have the red with white lettering, and then the grabber blue with white that I ordered. And they actually have now the ponies on the calipers, along with the Brembo. Yeah, it's a little cool, like little Easter egg thing. There's a bunch of Easter eggs in the car that I can't tell you. That's one of them that you'll see. But yeah, so the Magaride suspension is there, tuned in advance for this car. And the Magaride, I think if you're familiar, metal particles in a viscous fluid that you charge electric to that changes the viscosity of it, so that when this tire hits the front rumble strip of the apex, by the time that hits it, it's already adjusted for it. And we continue to advance on that. A lot of people use Magaride, but it's more the art of the coating. Like, how do you coat it to actually work to fire it? That makes this literally the pinnacle 5-liter performance vehicle we've done. So it exceeds the Mach 1 coming out of the 23.
Could you say it handles better than the GT350? Or in the same
learnings. So the learnings, the 350 is, that's we call the HP1 level, like the top of the pyramid one. This is right now the top of our pyramid for what we have on there. But this isn't the developed specifically, for the track. It's not the 350, it's not the 500, right? This is more akin to the programs like Boss 302, Mach 1, Bullet. And it is by far, handling-wise, lateral grip, going through road courses. We test a lot at NOLA, where this substantially outperforms the Mustang Mach 1.
You know the generator runs.
Yeah.
It idles at 500 RPMs, generates enough electricity to power the truck, power a house, or whatever. What if it was able to work that technology from the way of sustainably going only 65 miles an hour with the engine at 500, but it was using an electric engine that was capable of running. Just to keep it alive, that gives life things, keep it on and off,
Yeah, but how they get to the label right now,
It's still electric, like,
do the right braking. It's giving you the feedback of how much your braking is actually regenerating.
It's kind of like, I just figured they could incorporate that just strictly highway driving. That's where most of them.
Here, one of you want to sit in it?
All right, you're getting one, so you said.
You guys you come around and kind of look, and then we'll have a couple ups. So what we're so excited about this, and like the first time that I sat in the car, normally what I like to do is start the motor like almost instantly because I like that rumble and feel. Mike Levine, who's in the communication side of it, and I sat in it. He's a huge Mustang geek and truck geek, and we literally played with this thing for like 50 minutes. Like,
I was messing with the screen. It was beautiful.
And it's not. How do I say this? It's not. It's not. There's the Fox body.
I know. I was going to ask. Was there a specific? Is there an Easter egg to that? Or?
No, they're not an Easter egg. I mean, we do have the Fox body in there, and you can see in the graphics. But so this screen it's done on Unreal gaming technology, like the same stuff that's done in Rocket League, same mode that it's written on. Craig Sandvig and his team went through and did it. Like you can just sit here and customize it, right? Younger people like the opportunity to personalize their electronics, right? Now, a lot of folks over Mustangs 6 generations previous, you can do it with stripes and colors and wheels and tires and suspension settings and exhaust and all different ways to personalize it. But if you think of how you personalize your devices today, you set up your screen. This is allowing you to personalize it to yourself in the way you want it on the interior as well. Plus showing you all the different things. Track mode. It's showing you how it drifts, what is happening when you pull the handle. If you turn off traction control and advanced track and back on. Like we have 6 different profiles now that you can set it to, right? So when you go to the suspension setting, right, it highlights the suspension in there, right? That's what you're changing.
That's awesome.
When you go to the steering setting, column, right? Now we're in the track mode, of course. Then you can go to the My Color stuff, and the screen now, before like Gen 5, you had to do through the thumb and go blue, ambient, red, right now you can just literally primary and secondary. Now you can't see it in the Fox body because that doesn't set up there, but and then you can do your ambient lighting off of it. And again, it's just intuitive. The second thing is, this is the first generation that doesn't have the double eyebrow.
That's all I was going to
Now, if you're sitting in here, to me,
it's more driver oriented.
Yeah.
I did say that. I like that a lot better.
A lot of Mustang people always wanted the double eyebrow to be in there, and I get that. But when you sit in here, you feel to me that the performance is so much closer at hand.
Was the screen the reason? Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
it's very hard. I said that it's going to be very hard to implement a screen like this.
With 12.4 inches on one and 13.2 on the other.
Yeah, big.
Behind one magnesium piece like over here. That was the way, but the positioning.
It's more towards
feel
you.
like a cockpit, right? And it was really set up that way for the driver and the performance close at hand. Now, as a passenger, I can still participate, which is important in this thing, but it is now focused and centered around me as the driver. And we spent lots of time arguing over that between the studio and the engineering team and the brand team. Like it was a long time where we finally got.
My guess would have been the dash would have stayed the same, and you guys would have used the big screen out of like the lightnings and stuff. But it's too much. It would have been too much right there, vertical. It would have looked kind of just thrown. This is more. It looks like it's meant to be. The dash looks good. The gauge is fleshy. Everything just looks
really cool. And then the other things that we wanted to do is the gauge pack. So you can go set your packs in here, which one you want. Okay, do you want voltage, engine oil temperature, accelerometer, which one do you want in the middle? And then you can go to the 5 position and swap all of them around to the different ones that you want. And you go back and save it in your Mustang My mode.
It's a lot of customization.
It is, and it's
like
functional.
playing.
So you don't have the big gauge packs up on top, and I still like them there, like we used to do on the Shelby side. But this is more of that technology that people expect, especially the younger generation expects. When we were doing the focus groups, they were like, "Yeah, this is really it's engaging from a technology standpoint." Going back into the normal. You can go to the sport version of it, which has the
exhaust. You can still have it on anything as far as quiet, sport. You can mix and match it now. You don't have to be in track mode to have.
So you can, on the cluster theme appearance, I can either match the drive mode that I'm in, right? Or I can just put it as normal sport from an appearance standpoint. And then in here, when you go to custom mode, I can have the, you know, it's currently in track. I can set the, let's say, sport. And looks like if I do profile 1, I can change the suspension from sport. I can keep traction control on or off if I want, and then you can save. The exhaust isn't on here. This is, like I said, a pre-production one. But then you can also then set the exhaust mode as well.
It's just like my mode.
Yeah.
Same in the Raptor.
But on my mode, you have now 6 profiles.
Yeah,
you can
this is
sort
6 now. Yeah.
Yeah, which we only had the Mustang. The My Mustang mode was just 1 before. But yeah, you can go back in and change all of those.
And is the Tremec, the Tremec Trans
3160 is in the manual.
same one as the GT350?
Yeah, same one because it's no lift shift and rev matching in it as well. I think there are a couple tweaks to it.
Okay. I heard they said the throw might have been a little shorter.
It is
just the hair.
Yeah. And
Is the MT82 adjusted, or is it the same one?
there were some changes to it. We didn't say like 4th generation like we did on the engine, but there was some adjustments to it based off of the new layout of the vehicle.
Okay, because I ordered a MT82 yellow splash.
Yeah.
So for me that was a question.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's still on the performance pack. We still have the no lift, or we have rev matching in there. And for the company vehicles, we're not allowed to order the performance packages. But I did the grabber blue Brembos with the white lettering on it.
So like that one right there, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm bummed though. But what I am going to do is, Ford Performance parts, if they need to test like a blower, or a new calibration, then maybe they can use my car as the test vehicle.
That's a good demo. Yeah,
it's not bad.
For the parking brake was my last question that I had, and a lot of people did have that. Is this the actual
It's the actual parking brake? Yes.
Okay, so I know there's two brakes.
Right, so the brake is on. So then to take the brake off, you just push it down once and put your foot on the brake.
Okay, I see that. Oh wow. Because I thought it was going to be an electronic one here, just like the one the GTs.
Yeah, because that threw me. I was like, this one has the e-brake, but that one has the button.
Feel the pullback. The pullback, so it's going to sense when you're going on, like where you are in it to induce the spin that you want as you're looking to see where your back end's coming out when you're drifting.
Okay, wow.
Pretty cool. And then you turn it off, then you push it down.
Because I saw this one had the actual handle. That one just had the button to pull.
Yeah, the button to pull. That's not the performance package.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I just learned this about the new e-brake. All you have to do is just pull once, and it detects that you have that it now is in park. So all you have to do is put your foot on the brake and push down, and now it's off. So that's a pretty cool feature to do. That's a pretty cool feature right there. And then you got the entire car up here, so you can kind of scroll around. You got quiet exhaust on, track mode. This thing's pretty cool. Huge shout out to Jim Owens, the chief marketing guy for Mustang, on giving us a one-on-one tour of the car. And hope y'all enjoyed it and are still enjoying. This is really cool. But I'm liking these Dark Horse seats are nice. These Recaros are really sick. Oh, bro, the light and the grill flashes with it.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So it's a sequential turn signal, and that lights up with it.
He's like, hey, I really.
And here's the back. It's pretty much.